Welcome into another edition of Card Sharks. I'd like to thank Koopa Kid 17 for today's opening poem. Remember, if you'd like to leave an opening poem for the show, leave it in the comments below. Now, on with today's game. Everyone loves the deuce and the ace. Turn either, and you'll find your happy place on Card Sharks. This is the game where a single turn of the card can win you up to $32,000 in cash. Now, here's your host, the star of Card Sharks, Brandon Scruggs. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Card Sharks right here at MVG Productions. Glad to have you with us once again. The action's been picking up here during the midpoint of our season here on Card Sharks, and we crowned a new champion last time. He's back with us once again to see if he can test his luck at the cards once again. So let's meet our players now, starting with our current champion, who in one game yesterday in an impressive run on the money cards has amassed himself a healthy total of $10,900 in cash. We have AJ. AJ, welcome back.
Hi, Brandon.
All right. You did very well with the money cards yesterday, so are you ready to see if you can go back at it once again?
Let's hope I win it.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Playing against you in our first game here on the show today, we have Brody. Brody, welcome in.
Thank you, Brandon.
All right. Got our two players here. We are all set and ready to go. So good luck to both of you. And you guys know how the game works. Of course, your objective is to call your cards correctly higher or lower across the board to win a game. Each game is going to get you $250. Of course, getting an answer on one of our survey questions right off the nose will get you a bonus $500, or going all the way across the board in a single turn will get you a bonus $500. But it takes two games to win the match, and winner of the match goes on to our money cards again for a shot at $32,000 in cash. But in order to get to the money cards, you first got to win the game and answer a survey question to get control of your cards. And our first question, of course, always goes to our champion, AJ. And that's AJ. AJ, we asked 100 people on this one. Would you rather fulfill your biggest wish in life or resolve your biggest regret in life? How many of 100 people said they'd rather fulfill their biggest wish in life?
I'll say 47.
47 out of 100 said they'd rather fulfill their biggest wish in life. Brody, higher or lower than 47?
I'll go higher.
I say even higher than that. Of course, the answer is higher. Brody will get to play his cards first. If it's not higher, then AJ will play his cards first. The actual number of people who would rather fulfill their biggest wish in life versus resolving their biggest regret in life is 68. It is higher.
There you go.
Very good, Brody. It means you get to play your cards first, and we'll start the game off with your base card of a 9.
I'm going to change
Okay,
it.
changing it. The next card off the top of the deck. You can do that since you won the question. The 9 now becomes an ace.
Lower.
Than the ace. A king. Lower again. It's a 7.
I'll freeze it there.
Freezing right there. You're just needing 2 cards to win game 1 of the match. And we go on to question number 2 this time, and that one goes to Brody. Brody, we asked 100 travelers, would you rather live alone on a tropical island or live with other people in Antarctica? How many 100 people said they'd rather live with other people in Antarctica?
Well, it is important to live with other people whenever you're traveling somewhere, because there might be some people who would probably know the place a bit better than you, and but in Antarctica, I'd probably say it's going to be somewhere of a low number, because Antarctica is really a cold place to go. So I'm going to say about 32.
32 out of 100 said they'd rather live with other people in Antarctica. AJ, higher or lower than 32?
I'll say a little bit higher.
Say a little bit higher than that. All right. Actual number of people who would rather live with other people in Antarctica versus living alone on a tropical island is 67. It is higher. That's actually very surprising considering how cold Antarctica can get at times. But I guess people prefer the companionship in this case. And that answer is going to get AJ control the cards. And we'll start off with your base card this time, AJ, of a 3.
Let's go
Higher
higher.
than the 3. It's a 6.
What was
It's
it?
a 6.
A 6.
6. Let's go lower.
Going against the odds here, lower than the 6. No, it's a 10. You lose both of those cards there. Brody, a free shot off the 7.
I'm gonna go with the odds and go
Higher
higher.
than the 7. It's a king.
Oh,
Lower.
For game 1 of the match, lower than a king. It's a 7. He's done it. And just like that, Brody gets game 1 of the match, gets himself $250 in cash. AJ needs to tie up the match, so we're going to clear the cards out and deal out the next ones off the top of the deck and get right into round number 2 here. And this first question goes to Brody. Brody, we asked 100 people, would you rather have a lazy eye? Let's see, hold on just a minute.
lazy eye. You know, the old lazy eye.
Yeah, would you rather have a lazy eye or have a lisp? How many of 100 people said they'd rather have a lazy eye?
I'm gonna say 50.
50, right up the middle, okay. AJ, higher or lower than 50?
Are you allowed to explain what lazy eye is?
Basically, a lazy eye is a sort of a medical condition where instead of your eyeball looking like directly center of your eye, it leans to one side or the other just naturally where the muscles land in it.
Alright. If that's the case, I would say lower.
I'd say even lower than that. Alright, the actual number of people who would rather have a lazy eye versus having a lisp is 35. It is lower.
All AJ.
Good call, AJ.
Alright, AJ needs this one to tie up the match. We starts off this round with a deuce.
We're going higher.
Higher than that deuce. It's a 3.
What is
A
it?
3.
We're going higher again.
Higher than the 3. A jack.
We're going lower.
Playing the odds going on. Lower than the jack. It's an 8, right up the middle.
I'm going to freeze right there.
Big freeze right there. AJ almost getting all the way across, needing just one more card to go to tie up the match here. We go to question number 2. This one goes to AJ. AJ, we asked 100 people, would you rather use time travel to change history or use time travel to change something personal in your life? How many of 100 people said they would rather use time travel to change history?
Let's say 53.
53 out of 100 said they'd rather use time travel to change history. Brody, higher or lower than 53?
I'll go lower.
It's even lower than that. Actual number of people who would rather use time travel to change history versus changing something personal in their own lives is 37. It is lower. Very good. All right, Brody. It means you get a chance to play your cards, and your base card for this round starts off with a 6.
Change it.
All right, changing that 6, it now becomes an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace. It's a jack.
I'm gonna go lower again.
Lower than the jack. It's an 8, right up the middle.
I'm gonna freeze it there.
Freezing there, all right. Both players stuck with an 8, and we're already only needing 2 more cards to win the game and the match, become the new champion here. And now we got a question number 3 for this round, and that one goes to Brody. Brody, we asked 100 people. We asked 100 Europeans on this question here. Would you rather be a world-class soccer player or a world-class cricket player? How many of 100 Europeans said They'd rather be a world-class soccer player.
A lot of Europeans love their sports. I'll probably say that's gonna be, let's say, 47.
47 out of 100 said they'd rather be a world-famous soccer player. AJ, higher or lower than 47?
Well, you don't know how many people would question it, but I'm gonna go higher.
And go higher than that. All right, the actual number of Europeans who would rather be a world-class soccer player versus a world-class cricket player is 82. It is way higher on that one.
Wow.
What was the number?
82.
82.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Europeans soccer is Europe's one of the biggest sports over there, outside of like basketball, potentially. All right, AJ, you've got control of the cards. You've got an 8. What do you want to do?
I want to change that card.
All right, changing that card. That 8 now becomes a 9. Little bit better.
Ooh.
Let's go higher.
All right, for game 2 to tie up the match, higher than a 9. No, it's a 6. You lose that card. Brody, a free shot with the 8.
I'll go lower.
Lower than the 8. It's a 2.
Higher.
To become the new champion on Card Sharks, higher than a 2. It's a queen. He's done it. Congratulations to you, Brody. You just won the game. You got yourself $500, and you're going to be playing the money cards here in just a minute. But AJ, you did what you could, man. Just ran up against a bad card there, but you're not leaving here empty-handed by no means. You're taking with us a nice, healthy sum of $10,000, sir. Congratulations to you.
Thanks,
No
Brandon.
problem there. All right, folks, with that said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Brody's going to take his shot at the money cards. See how he does right after the break. Stick around. Welcome back to Card Sharks here with our new champion, Brody, who's won himself $500 in cash. Now he's going to take a shot to see if he can win another $32,000 here on the money cards. Brody, here's you know how it works. Starts you with the bottom row with $200 of brand new betting money. Work your way across the bottom row till you get to that second row where you get additional $400 in cash. Remember, making minimum bets of $50 and $50 increments till you get all the way up to the big bet card at the top of the board where you must bet at least half your winnings. Now, of course, you can change one card on each level with one of the 3 cards we did on the side of the board. And if you can double your money all the way to the top of the board, you win $32,000 in cash, all right? So good luck to you. We'll steal out those cards and give you your betting money here. $200. All right, I'd like to see a big win for you here, buddy. Starting with your base card of a 10.
Change that with number 3.
Here with card number 3, all right? That 10 now becomes a king. Good change.
I'm gonna go 150
All
lower.
right, $150. Lower than the king. It's a 5. Very good. You got $350.
Okay, let's go 250 higher.
All right, big bet on the 5. $250. Higher than the 5. It's a 10, up to $600.
That a boy, Brody. That a boy.
Okay, now let's try. Let's go for $200 lower.
All right, $200 here. Lower than the 10. It's a 4, up to $800 now. We move that 4 up to the second line and give you that additional $400 in betting money. You now have $1,200, Brody, and a 4.
I'm gonna go $700 higher.
Big bet here, $700. Higher than a 4. It's an 8, right up the middle. You got $1,900 now. You got a very bad card, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I'm gonna change that with number 1.
Right, changing it with card number 1. That 8 now becomes a 10.
Ew.
Dang, not a good card. Let's go $450 low.
All right, $450, lower than the 10. It's a 5. $2,350 now, Brody, and a 5.
This might be a gutsy move, but I'm gonna go $1,350 higher.
All right, let's see what happens here. $1,350, higher than the 5. No, it's a 3. You lose that money. Down to $1,000. And it's moved that 3 up to the big bet line. It's time for that big bet. You have $1,000. You must bet at least $500 on a 3.
Let's go all of it higher.
Bet in the house here. Finish with either nothing or $2,000 in cash. All of it. Higher than a 3.
Nope.
It's a jack. He's got it. There you go. $2,000, Brody, for you. Added to your winnings. You're up to $2,500. And you're a new champion at Card Sharks. And you're going to play another opponent. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Brody's got more Card Sharks to play. And we'll do that right after this. Stay tuned. Good job. And welcome back here to Card Sharks here with our new champion Brody. He's got himself $2,500 in cash so far. Ready to take on his next opponent. Playing against him this time in this second game here on Card Sharks, we've got Kevin. Kevin, welcome back.
Well, good to be back, Brandon.
Oh, fantastic, sir. Are you ready to go ahead and take on Brody?
Ready to go against my fine friend from up north, Mr. Brody. Let's go.
All right. Well, best of luck to both of you guys. Let's get right into it and start with this first question here, going to our champion, Brody. Brody, we asked 100 monster movie fans here. 100 monster movie fans on this one. Which classic monster from movie would you rather be? Godzilla or King Kong? How many of our 100 fans said they'd rather be Godzilla?
Oh, two of my favorite classic movie monsters. Well, I know King Kong would pretty much like spare that woman because I remember he never wanted to kill anyone. He just wanted to do something in order to get himself back home. Godzilla, he's like, yeah, he's actually pretty cool. I like it because he's like one of the most scariest monsters ever in one of the classic movies when he's in Japan. So I'm gonna probably say that's gonna be a high number because a lot of monster movie fans would probably want to be Godzilla. So I'm gonna say that's gonna be 70.
70 out of 100 said they'd rather be Godzilla. Kevin, higher or lower than 70?
Let's go lower.
Say just lower than that. Actual number of fans who would rather be Godzilla versus being King Kong is 41. It is lower. Surprised at that, be honest with you.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm not surprised myself.
I would have picked Godzilla all day. But again,
Me
that's
too.
me. Alright, Kevin,
Yeah.
you start with your base cards first in this one, and your opening card is a 4.
Let's go higher.
Higher than a 4. No, 3.
Oh.
Alright, that means, Brody, you get a free shot to play your base card of a 7.
Let's go higher.
Higher than a 7. Oh, no, it's another 7.
Ooh, no harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. We have both players with their base cards revealed now. As we go to question number 2, this one goes to Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin, we asked 100 people, would you rather spend every minute for the rest of your life indoors or outdoors? How many of the 100 people said they'd rather spend every minute of the rest of their life outdoors?
This is a question of whether these people are introverts or extroverts. My mother, God rest her soul, was an introvert, but she never raised me to be an introvert. She raised me to be an extrovert. So you said the question was how many would rather be outdoors?
Yes.
I would say more than not. I'll go with 65.
All right, going with 65 out of 100 there. Brody, higher or lower than 65?
I'm gonna go lower.
I say lower than that. The actual number of people who would rather spend the rest of their life outdoors versus indoors is 43. It is lower.
Damn introverts.
I consider myself an extrovert of a person, but at the same time, I'd rather stay inside. I don't want to get rained on. That's just personal preference. That's me. All right.
All
All right.
right, fair enough.
Brody, you got that 7. What do you want to do? Brody, what are we doing with the 7?
I think he has
I'm
stepped out.
gonna change that 7.
Okay, changing the 7. That 7 now becomes a 5.
That's a little better. Higher.
I have a 5. It's a 7.
Wow.
Glad I changed it. I'm gonna take the risk and go higher.
Risking it on. Higher than the 7. No, it's a 2. Lose both of those cards. Kevin, free shot with your 4.
Higher, please.
All right, higher than the 4. It's a 5.
Higher.
Going on higher than the 5. No, it's a 4.
Oh.
Rough cards going on here
those
today.
games, huh?
And apparently,
Yeah.
there's interesting shuffle from the cards here. All right, question number 3. This one goes to Brody. Brody, we asked 100 pizza lovers, which kind of pizza do you prefer? Domino's or Pizza Hut? How many 100 pizza lovers said they prefer Domino's?
Me personally, I would probably pick Pizza Hut, but for Domino's, I'd probably say it's gonna be a bit of a somewhere of a mid-range number. So I would say it's probably somewhere in the 40s. So I'll say 41.
41 out of 100 said they higher or lower than 41. Let's say higher than that. Alright, actual number of people who prefer Domino's versus Pizza Hut is 50 is right in the middle.
Wow.
Alright,
Yes.
Kevin, you're in control. You've got that 4.
I want to go higher.
Higher, going on higher than the 4. It's a 6.
Come on.
Going
Higher.
on, risking again higher than the 6. It's an 8, right up the middle.
Higher.
Risking again higher than the 8. It's a 9.
Freeze.
Freezing right there. Setting up a very interesting situation as we come to our last question. Kevin needing just 1 card to win the first game of the match. Brody still stuck on his original base card. And with his 4th and final question, someone must win on this play of the cards. And this one goes to you, Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 people. Would you rather be best friends with Brad Pitt or Bradley Cooper? How many of 100 people said they'd rather be best friends with Bradley Cooper?
I have no idea who in the heck Bradley Cooper is, so I'm going. I know who Brad Pitt is. My ex-wife had a major crush on him. With that said, I'm going to say 43.
43 out of 100 said they'd rather be best friends with Bradley Cooper. Brody, higher or lower than 43?
I think it's even lower than
Lower than that. All right, for all important control of the cards, the actual number of people who would rather be best friends with Bradley Cooper versus Brad Pitt is 42. It is lower.
Oh.
All right, Brody, a very interesting situation. You've got control as of right now. You have a 5. You need 4 cards in order to win this game in the match. Kevin has a 9. He only needs 1 card to win this first game of the match. The option is yours, sir. Do you want to play or pass?
I'm gonna pass it to Kevin.
All right, Kevin, ball's in your court. Call this card right. You win game 1.
I haven't seen any face cards yet, so I'm going to go higher.
Risking it, going against the odds for game 1 of the match. Higher than a 9. It's a king. He's right. There it is. A good call for you, Kevin. Gives you game 1, $250 cash in your bank there. You need 1 more game to win the match. So let's deal out the cards for game number 2 here. Again, if you remember the cards that have been played, it will help you in calling the rest of the cards throughout the game. And round 2, we start with our challenger here. Kevin, we asked 100 people, would you rather watch romance movies or sci-fi movies? How many 100 people said they'd rather watch romance movies?
I love romance movies. I'm not much of a sci-fi guy, but I think sci-fi is more, maybe a little more popular than romance. So with that said, I will say 57.
57 out of 100 said they'd rather watch romance movies. Brody, higher or lower than 57?
Well, there would be a romance mixed in with sci-fi, which I would totally understand. But I would probably say that's gonna be lower than that.
A little lower than that. All right. Actual number of people who would rather watch a romance movie versus watching sci-fi movies is 37. It's lower.
I stand corrected.
All right, Brody, you need this game to tie up the bet. We start with your base card this time around of a 9.
Change it.
All right, changing that 9. 9 now becomes an 8. Ugh.
Ooh.
Oof. That's not good. Lower.
Lower than the 8. It's a 4. Good call.
Nice call.
Higher.
Or higher than the 4. It's a 10.
Freeze.
Freezing right there, keeping Kevin away from his cards and needing just 2 cards to tie up the match here. Question 2, this one goes to Brody. Brody, we asked 100 folks, would you rather have a small head or a small body? How many of 100 people said they'd rather have a small head?
I don't know. It's gonna be somewhere of a low number because I pretty much like just keep my head and my body at the same size. But that's just me. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 38.
38 out of 100 said they'd rather have a small head. Kevin, higher or lower than 38?
Higher.
You'll say higher than that.
Yes, sir.
All right, the actual number of people who would rather have a small head on their body versus having a small body is 46. It is just a little higher.
Alrighty.
All right, Kevin, here's your base card for game number 2 here. It's a 4.
Higher, please.
Higher than the 4. Oh, no, another 4.
Oh.
I think I've used up all my 4s now.
Okay, so there, Kev. All right, Brody, free shot with your 10.
I'm gonna go with the odds to go lower.
Lower than the 10. No, it's a queen there. Lose that card there. Rough going on these cards this time around. That's no lie. Question number 3 this time goes to Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 people. I guess you could call both spies in this case. Which famous spy would you rather be? James Bond or Jason Bourne? How many of 100 people said they'd rather be Bond? James Bond.
Bond. James Bond. Well, I personally go with James Bond myself. So with that said, I think I'm going to go with a relatively high number on that one, and I'm going to go with your average number of about 65.
65 out of 100 said they'd rather be James Bond. Okay.
Why are you laughing?
No, we're laughing because you confident.
All right. Brody, higher or lower than 65?
Well, I like my martini shaken, not stirred. So with that being said, I would say higher.
Even higher than that. I'm ready to see what the numbers are myself. The actual number of people who would rather be James Bond versus being Jason Bourne is 77.
Oh,
There you go.
bloody fool.
3 out of 4 people. And I don't blame them either. All right, Brody, you're in control. You've got that 10.
I would like to change that 10, please.
All right, changing the 10. Next card off the top of the deck. The 10 now becomes an ace.
Ooh.
I would go lower.
Lower than the ace. It's a king.
Lower.
Lower to tie up the match. Lower than the king. Oh no, another king. That means Kevin a free shot to play with your 4.
It's gotta be higher.
Higher than the 4. It's a 10.
Lower.
Lower than the 10. A 5.
Higher.
Higher than the 5. Oh no, a 2. Got you too.
Unbelievable.
Cannot get away.
I know why the card came up, Kevin. You did too much to James Bond.
Apparently.
All right.
James.
Oh, because he scores without checks, guys.
That's true. All right, guys. Time for our fourth and final question. Someone must win on this play of the cards. The question goes to Brody. Brody, we asked 100 people. Would you rather be able to see your future kids or see your past self? How many of the 100 people said they'd rather be able to see their future kids?
Well, it's probably a good thing because if you're, if you have like a beautiful woman, then and you want to see like your future kids, then yeah, I don't see a problem with that. So I'm gonna say, with that said, I'm gonna go with 62.
62 out of 100 said they'd rather see their future kids. Kevin, how lower than 62?
I would say higher.
Let's say even higher than that. All right, for all important control on this one, the actual number of people who would rather see their future kids versus seeing their past self is 70. It is higher.
I'd rather see my past self, so I won't tell myself what not to do.
All right, Kevin, here's your situation. You've got a 4. You need 4 cards to win the game in the match. Brody's got an ace. He only needs 2 cards to tie up the match. Control and option is yours. You want to play or pass?
I can't let him play off that ace. I gotta go.
All right, Kevin, you're in control. You've got that 4. Do you want to change it?
No, I don't. Let's go higher.
All right, keeping the 4 going on. Higher than the 4. It's a queen. Remember, one mistake and Brody ties up the match. Lower than the queen. A 2.
Higher.
Higher than the 2. An ace. For the game, the match become the new champion. Lower than an ace. It's a 3. He's done it. Congratulations. $500 is yours. You'll be playing the money cards in just a minute. Brody, this team ran against good luck there at the cards at the end, but you're not leaving us here empty-handed. You've got yourself $2,500, and our thanks for playing. And with that said, folks, we'll take a quick commercial break and come back. Kevin plays the money cards right after this. Back here at Card Sharks here with our new champion, Kevin. He's got himself $500 in cash, and now he's ready to take his shot here at the money card. See if he can win some money for himself here. Kevin, you know how this works as well. Of course, you get a perfect double all the way to the top of the board. You're going to take home $32,000 in cash, sir. Okay?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, good luck to you here. We'll go ahead and deal you out the cards and give you started with $200 of brand new betting money. All right. Of course, again, you can change 1 card on each level as you go through the game, and we'll take a look at your base card right now. Your base card for the money cards is going to be, if I get it to turn over, it's a deuce.
All of it higher.
Betting everything in the house, $200, higher than the 2. And ace, you have $400.
All of it lower.
Betting it all again, $400, lower than the ace. It's a 7, you're up to $800 and a 7.
Change it with number 3, please.
All right, changing with card number 3, that 7 now becomes a jack.
All of it lower.
Going for the gusto here, $800. All of it lower than the jack. Oh, it's another jack. It's a push. No win, no loss there. So you keep the $800. We move that jack up to the next row, give you the additional $400 in betting money. You've got yourself $1,200 now and a jack.
Well, I only did that because I wanted to try for the 32. I'll be a little more conservative this time. Let's go 400 lower.
Okay, $400 here, lower than the jack. It's a 3 up to $1,600.
All right, all of it higher.
Big bet here, trying to double up. $1,600, higher than a 3. It's a 7. $3,200 now.
2.
Changing with number 2, he says. That 7 now becomes a queen.
How much do I have?
You have $3,200 and a queen. Big bet on the queen here. $3,000. Lower than the queen. It's a 2! $6,200. We move the 2 up. It is big bet time, Kevin. You have $6,200 and a 2. You must risk at least $3,100. But I have a feeling I know how much you're going to bet here.
Yeah, let's do the dramatic thing. Okay, moment's over. All of it higher.
Bet in the house here. Can't lose on a 2 for either $6,200 or $12,400. All of it higher than a 2. And Ace, he's a big winner. $12,400, Kevin, added to your previous winnings. You now have a 1-game cash total of $12,900, sir. Congratulations. Wow, sir. Well played indeed.
Thank you.
All right, and with that said, Kevin's our new champion. He's got himself $12,900. He'll be back to join us again on our next episode of Card Sharks. Everyone in the audience, have a good time tonight.
We sure did.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. Okay, thank you guys for playing along, and thank you guys at home for watching another fun-filled episode of Card Sharks here on my channel. If you'd like to see more, click that subscribe button down below and ring the bell, and that way you never miss all the fun games right here at MVG Productions. Until the cards are dealt out once again and we got more Card Sharks on the way, I'm your host, Brandon Scruggs, saying thank you so much for watching. We will see you all next time. Take care. Bye for now.